Why do you think some people insert themselves into hip hop culture who have no idea as to what is going on?
Some people don't take the time to understand the deep history and nuances of the culture. They dip in superficially, often leading to tone-deaf or cringeworthy moments.
Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. So listen, I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I am on here for a dragging time. It has been quite some time since we discussed The View. Grab a snack, a matcha tea, a little sip if you want. I won't judge. And engage me for more than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I promise, this one's good. I have not gotten on here and spoken about the diddler, and time will tell. I am credentialed to speak. Well, not credentialed like that, but I am credentialed to speak on one P. Diddy, but I'm not going to speak about that in this particular video. What we are going to talk about is the women were reacting to one number 47 talking about the pardoning of one particular diddler. And things took a turn. Take a look.
Taco D was asked if he'd consider another high-profile pardon. Take a look.
I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that. It's not a popularity contest. So, I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Oh, no one's buying it.
Okay, sure. Sean Diddy Combs has pleaded not guilty, as you all know, to all the charges and denied all the allegations. But if he is found guilty, is there any justification for Taco D to pardon him?
Absolutely not.
Taco D.
I think the pardons.
You know who I love more and more each day? My Libra sis. I just cannot get enough of some Joy Behar. I can't. You saw that laugh? I can't. Libra energy.
You've got people with power and money, and then you have people with no voice and the powerless. He has this power to pardon, and he could use it with great purpose. You could go after nonviolent drug offenders and pardon them. You could look at elderly and medically vulnerable people. You could also look at people who their sentence guidelines have changed. If we're talking about waste in this government and all the cuts we're making, why not start with the prisons, pardon people, and cut some of that money right there?
Things have not changed since my last remarks regarding Sarah Haynes. Pollyanna child, Pollyanna. Anyway, carry on.
It would fix things rather than passing it around.
The presidential pardon power, as Alyssa knows, is just it's such a significant power. And it should be used with purpose and intentionality. And I'm just sort of disgusted by what I've seen. Of course, presidents have been pardoning people for a long time.
The guy would pardon Jack the Ripper if he was alive.
Yes, he would. And
He's also British.
Yeah, we know he's British, child. It was her telling a joke. Oh, God. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to get on you in a minute.
And
Maybe he is alive. Tell him he's alive.
And then, when you think about Sean Combs, yes, he's denied his guilt, but the bottom line is I've been in that courtroom almost every single day, and we're hearing about women who were physically abused, who were sexually abused, who were mentally and emotionally abused. And the thought that he would just consider it And he himself has been found, civilly liable for sexual abuse. So the fact that he would be
identifies.
so dismissive
He IDs it, yeah.
of these charges is really something that is shameful. It's just shameful.
Yeah.
And I'll say this, the Diddy case... Allegedly. The Diddy case is one where we've seen some of these like celebrity causes where there's two sides to it. There's not really two sides to Diddy. I don't know anyone in public life who's like, oh no, he's a good guy and he's getting like a bad deal here. Now the case is still being worked out. Whether he'll actually be convicted is very much an open question.
Apparently 50, who should be worried about why the power universe is disintegrating right before his very eyes, has time on his hands, and he wants to appeal to 47 as to why he should not be forgiving the diddler. Now, girl, why? Girl, what? Girl, sit. All the girls sit, please.
But an interesting element to this is 50 Cent, who has a relationship with Trump. At times
Alyssa is all up on
more Libra shade and energy coming from Sonny. I just love it. Exactly, Alyssa, you all up on it, ain't you? Ain't you, girl?
I don't know. I'm very interested.
What, with 50 Cent?
50 Cent has had like a bit of a relationship with Trump. He didn't ultimately endorse him and like perform for him, but they have a relationship. He came out and said that he was going to talk to Trump about why he should not pardon Diddy, because he's been all on Diddy's things for years and been calling him out for it.
Has he been calling him out for it? See, this is when people need to mind the business that pays them. That's not even the proper terminology, because this is the business that pays her. This is when cultural competency, this is when it really, really, really matters. I wanted to be sure, and so I did my research. It didn't take long to do because I have some knowledge in this area. I went to Hummingbird. Hummingbird is my chat GPT, and I asked a simple question. Indulge me. I said, do you understand the beef between 50 Cent and P. Diddy? Yes, Dupe. I've got you. The tension between 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson, and P. Diddy, Sean Combs, has simmered for years with layers of business rivalry, personal jabs, and deeper insinuations. Here's a breakdown of the main threads. The core of the beef. 50 Cent is known for being openly antagonistic towards anyone he sees as fake, opportunistic, or morally questionable. He thrives on public feuds. We all know that. Maybe Alyssa don't know. Business versus branding. 50 has taken repeated shots at Diddy for what he sees as superficial success, essentially accusing Diddy of being more about smoke and mirrors than actual business acumen. Now, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? I love power just as much as anybody else does, but I wouldn't call it quality TV. Anyway, moving along. He has mocked Diddy's Ciroc vodka partnership, comparing it unfavorably to his own vitamin water deal, which earned him millions when Coca-Cola bought Glacio. Oh, okay, but you criticizing. 50 has repeatedly and provocatively hinted at Diddy being involved in suspect or closeted behavior, often through memes or vague comments. Diddy has rarely responded directly, but the implications have stirred tensions for years. Most recently, with the lawsuits and serious allegations against Diddy, 50 Cent has amplified the heat. He's posted and commented on Diddy's legal troubles with gleeful undertones, including hinting at documentaries or media projects to expose him further. When you're doing a documentary on your own life? Oh, okay, girl. Okay, girl. Why this matters, and there are the eye emojis next to this. This isn't just rap drama. Their beef reflects how power is managed in Black entertainment, how allegations of abuse or manipulation get handled or not by the industry, how masculinity and respectability are performed and policed in hip-hop. If you want, I can break down how the public narrative shifted recently with the legal drama, or I can map a timeline of their key jabs. Wouldn't that be cute? A timeline? No thanks, girl. But what I did ask was, do you think 50 discouraging 47 is because he sincerely cares about victims? The answer came quick. Short answer, no. It's likely not sincere in that way. Let's unpack that. 50 Cent isn't motivated by victim advocacy. 50's brand is pettiness as performance. He mocks, taunts, and exposes people when it suits his agenda, not because he's deeply moved by injustice. His reaction to the Diddy lawsuit, sharing memes, joking about surviving Diddy, hasn't been respectful or centered on the victims. It has been opportunistic and theatrical at best. The 47 angle is calculated. Shocker. 50 has flirted with supporting 47 before, not because he believes in 47's platform, but because he believes in what 47 represents: anti-establishment, money, and power, which is what 50 respects. If he's now discouraging 47 for associating with the diddler, that is likely because it is a tactical flex to shame Diddy by association. It is a signal to 47's audiences that Diddy is a liability, and it is a power move, not a moral one. So what's really happening? 50 is weaponizing public perception around Diddy's scandals. He's not standing in solidarity with survivors or advocating for justice. He's controlling narrative real estate, inserting himself into headlines, shaping who looks clean or tainted in the eyes of culture and media. No, this isn't about caring for victims. It is about strategy, dominance, and a long game of image control in the chaos. My dear Libra sis, Joy Behar, gather the girls, gather the girls, gather the girls. Wrap this up for me.
Why does Trump like to pardon rappers? What is that about?
I think he likes celebrities. I think it's
NBA
fame.
YoungBoy, Lil Wayne, and Kodak Black, and now this. What is that?
I think he sees people who have fame and followings as people that if he pardons them, they're going to go out and spread his message.
I promise I do not intentionally dislike Alyssa. However, it's girl, if I can simply go to AI and ask a question about something that is so obvious, something that the culture very well knows. I know that your producers, because I used to work for ABC News, I know that they can do the very same for you. And here's the thing. I know you're the youngest on the panel. You're just not well positioned to talk about all things culture as related to music. I know you twist yourself into a pretzel every day when it comes to representing a particular point of view, pun intended. However, when it comes to issues as related to this specific genre, my dear, please, you may just want to step aside, hummingbird. Why do you think some people insert themselves into hip-hop culture who have no idea as to what is going on?
It's a mix of curiosity, clout chasing, and the universal allure of hip-hop culture. Hip-hop has always been a powerful cultural force that transcends music. It shapes fashion, language, politics, and social movements. First, mainstream fascination. Hip-hop is cool and has massive influence. People from all backgrounds are drawn to its energy and authenticity, even if they don't fully understand its roots. Clout and relevance, aligning with hip-hop can boost one's social capital. It's a way to seem in the know, ride trends, or gain credibility, especially for brands or influencers. Second, misunderstanding and surface-level engagement. Some people don't take the time to understand the deep history and nuances of the culture. They dip in superficially, often leading to tone-deaf or cringeworthy moments. Third, cultural capital and appropriation. Hip-hop's cultural capital is immense, and some people see it as a way to stay relevant or profit, even if they don't respect its origins. Bottom line, it's about the magnetic pull of a culture that sets trends and shapes narratives. But without genuine understanding or respect, these insertions can feel hollow or exploitative.
Thank you so much, Hummingbird. Good night.
You're welcome, Dubé. Have a restful night. Chat soon.
I don't have a producer in here. I am the producer. I am the visuals. But surely Alyssa had to know, has to know. This ain't it. Girl, I've dragged enough. I promised I would not be on here for a long time, but for a dragging time. And I happily and gleefully delivered. Y'all, be sure to share this with some of your guys or your girlies, anybody who needs a laugh today. We all could use one. Like and subscribe. And remember, until next time, you are capable of big things, including using ChatGPT.